content or whatever.
What I miss?
Nothing.
Thing. It was the Mysterious Challenger, which is the card currently wrecking all of Hearthstone.
Oh, okay. What? Okay, so now we're live on Twitch. It didn't tweet a thing, it seems. What a bummer. How'd you have to type out a thing now?
Yeah, is your Twitch working now?
I mean, mine is.
Okay. I remember the mishap a couple days ago.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, man.
I should probably clarify for people too before we start that I am in a terrible mood tonight.
Okay. Is it because
we're
talking about wrestling?
It's one of the reasons. Just not feeling good at all. So I'm probably going to be just very cynical, and I want everybody. I'm just apologizing in advance. I'm going to be very cynical, and also probably playing Hearthstone the whole time.
What's the difference from normal, though? Like, I don't understand.
I'm usually not that cynical.
Is this
I feel
Unofficial Stoners podcast?
Oh my god. I'm not normally that cynical, am I?
You know. No, not at all.
Good save.
Yeah. No, you're fine, bud.
God. Well, it's going to be a fun one tonight.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be great. I'm super excited. I don't care what anyone says.
Where does the Rumble rank for you guys for, like, overall pay-per-views
Number
for the
one.
year? That's number one?
Whoa.
Number one. Rumble is number one. WrestleMania is number two.
Okay.
That's crazy talk.
Extreme Rules and TLC are tied for number three. Everything else is disposable, really.
That's a terrible list. I'm for me it's Royal Rumble's number two behind WrestleMania. In terms of just like if we're just talking about how excited I am for watching them.
Yeah.
And then probably Money in the Bank.
That's my number one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And then SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then everything else I could give a fuck less.
I like the idea of Survivor Series, but the last few have really soured me on the concept.
I like the idea of Survivor Series, but I don't think it's ever been done very well. I mean,
it has been done well.
Last year's was good, actually. Last year's was really good.
Yeah. It was all right.
It was one of the better ones in the history of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
To clarify, you mean 2014, the previous season.
Yeah, 2014,
Yeah.
not 2015.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Still not used to all this.
I'd like to see a
stuff.
face win Money in the Bank. That's what I would really like to see to like freshen up Money in the Bank for me. It feels like it's been like this parade of heel winners for a while.
Cena won.
Oh, there's a baby. Hi, baby.
Oh, hey, baby.
Yep, there we go. All right,
So
are we going on? Are we starting?
Yeah, let's just start this up. Yeah. Welcome to Suplex Friends. My name is Dylan Hecht. I'm here with Art. Follow the buzzards. Tebble.
Oh, sorry, I jumped it.
That's all right. John, the Eater of Worlds. Carson. Too sweet. And Phil, the Man of 1,000 Truths. Kohler.
Where is that even from? What is that?
That's a Bray Wyatt name. I looked it up on Wikipedia.
That's a Bray Wyatt name?
The Man of
somehow.
1,000 Truths?
I'm pretty sure.
Good lord.
But how many lies?
I guess I should have gone with the new... Phil, the new face of fear, Kohler. Is that better?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Been
scary
around
face.
a while.
Yeah. So we've been gone a little bit, guys. Some shit has gone down in wrestling. Not just the ratings, but also the ratings. We have a new champion in the WWE.
Sheamus?
Well, Sheamus. No, Sheamus was the champ before on the last one. It was just Phil and me.
That's true.
No, it's Roman Reigns, Polygon commenter, is the new WWE champion. He won it. Also, Vince is back. That's cool. He's way different than he used to be.
He's getting arrested.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Such a wild child.
Time makes fools of us all, though, right?
Really
That's the real lesson this month.
He can't open little capsule balls. I learned that. He has a real problem with that. Did you guys?
Rerez TV in the chat says, I pay 2 greased up naked guys to wrestle in my living room on a plastic tarp I bought at Walmart. That sounds like a better year than WWE has had.
Yeah, in some ways. It was probably better than the TLC main event.
Probably about as many injuries, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Did you guys see Raw this past week?
No.
I read about it, and I think that was enough for me.
Yeah, that's what I did.
It was pretty terrible, but there was one part, and I told you about this, Phil. My favorite part of the entire thing was when Vince and Steph were out drawing who was going to be number 1, and it was just Roman Reigns over and over again.
So it sounds like, from what I read about, and also from what you told me about, the reason that you liked this so much is not even that it was a good segment. Genuinely,
it was
just like so over the top terrible.
It was
that
so
it
bad it had to be
back
on purpose.
around to good.
It had to be on purpose. It was so like they kept like pulling out these little like capsules, and Vince was completely unable to open them, so he just threw them back in the hopper and pulled out another one. But there was a point, and like this whole time, Stephanie's like, "Oh, it's whatever, it could be worse. At least it's not McMahon's millions," she actually said. But at one point, he goes to pull out a ball from the hopper.
I bet Vince was pissed about her even referencing that.
Oh, dude, let me tell you, his like face for this whole segment, he was like moments away from exploding. But like, including the part where he actually got one open eventually, and Stephanie just went, "Yay, good job, Dad." He was like, not, but it was awful.
You know what she didn't do was open any of them herself. That was the.
But the one best part was he reached in, grabbed a ball from the hopper, and like another one fell out, and he just kind of looks down and goes, "Well, it's not gonna be that guy."
That one had Roman Reigns also, though.
Probably also had Roman Reigns. It was great. It was a terrible segment that became amazing.
I thought Raw had 2 good segments. I've been enjoying the Becky Lynch, Charlotte stuff. I've been, seeing Becky hot on the mic has been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's nice because, one, I just think Charlotte's working infinitely better as a heel than she did as a face.
Oh, yeah.
And two, Becky is really good on the mic, and I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was as good as she is.
Well, once they actually let her talk a little bit, I mean,
yeah.
Finally, it was great.
Well, it only took 2 Bellas getting injured for that to happen, and Paige.
Yeah, and not Sasha or Sasha. Do we know if that actually was real or not?
She says
been
no.
Very back and forth. Oh. There's a lot like I'm gonna be just like, I decided to just embrace my position as like the smarkiest person on this podcast, and just like,
okay,
I'll just be the rumor mill. I'll be the source of all the
I'm there too.
Someone has to read the dirt sheets.
Yeah, but it seems like the things going around back and forth now are that there might be a few other people injured right now who WWE is still featuring on TV some, but just not having them wrestle and not having them say publicly that they're injured because they don't want there to be any more people injured publicly. They don't want there to be like just that sense that everybody on the roster is injured.
They don't want
everybody
any
on the
impetus
roster
to
is
pay for
injured.
health insurance, essentially.
But Sasha was like conspicuously absent this week, right? They had Tamina and Naomi was there, and
Sasha hasn't
was
like
weird.
wrestled a match in like a few weeks,
Close
right?
to a month, yeah.
No, well, when's the last one that
She
she
was
did?
she was at SmackDown.
She did a match with Becky just 2 weeks ago, I think.
I don't know.
That wasn't too. I mean, the match was not fantastic, but it was. I don't know. The whole thing was kind of odd.
It was December 28th.
Soltron says, speaking of injured but not announced, what the fuck is up with Barrett?
He's almost certainly injured. But
Ravon says Barrett has to be hurt. He must be.
Yeah.
That's just that's just a Wade Barrett thing.
Yeah.
It's always injured.
It happened in front of me once.
Did it really?
Well,
Really?
yeah, so they were doing Raw or SmackDown in Minneapolis, and he was tossed over the top rope, or he was catching somebody, and it messed up his elbow, and it was like one of the first times he was out for like 6 months. And a couple of us went to the hotel that they were staying at afterwards, and we could just hear the wrestlers at the bar just going like, "Oh, Barrett's getting out of the hospital," and he showed up at the bar, and immediately they just hand him like a rum and coke, even though he's like hopped up on morphine.
Good.
Or
Glad to see the
painkillers.
Carney code has not changed
good.
one bit.
Yep.
Good.
And then Dan asked for a picture with him. He's like, "Nah, man, not tonight."
It's been a rough
Not tonight.
night. Yeah. Well, since the last time
Saka
you were on,
says, I feel like they won't let Sasha get the spotlight because they want Charlotte to get over, and as long as Sasha's around, Charlotte won't. I don't know.
possible. I definitely think they don't want. I think Sasha's turn for a storyline has not come yet, so they're just kind of. Even if she was around, she wouldn't be doing a ton, you know.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Also, since we were last here, John Carson was on a Raw. I saw.
Oh
that.
yeah, I was.
You
You
were
could
on
see
Raw.
me.
You had great seats.
We did. We
Yeah.
did. They were
That
like
camera side.
basically fifth row, like the first elevated row up. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that was the Slammy Awards.
Yeah.
It was fun. I missed Seth Rollins grabbing beer, so
Unfortunate.
that was
That's a
heartbreaking.
bummer.
Yeah.
I will say you are the only reason I watched that episode of
Thank
Raw.
you.
I almost
Thank
never
you.
watch the Slammies episodes, and it was pretty much.
It was okay. It was fun in
fun.
person.
Yeah.
There was a cage match.
Best Slammies in years. What are you guys even talking about with the Kevin Owens not winning the award they clearly thought he was going to win?
That was good. That was good. I don't know. It's hard to compare because, like I said, I don't watch the Slammies episode. So, all right. So let's just go ahead. We don't really have too much to talk about for TLC. Nothing really happened.
It was okay.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was just fine. So let's just go ahead. We got a lot to do tonight. So let's go ahead and run down some matches from the Royal Rumble, and then we'll move on to talking about
How many...
what's up.
Sorry, I was just going to say, how many matches have they even announced for the Rumble?
6. There's 6
Okay,
including a
so that-
pre-show.
So that probably... Is that everything, do you think?
That's probably everything.
Yeah,
Probably everything? Because the
yeah.
Rumble itself is usually
an hour plus.
long.
Yeah,
so,
it'll be over an hour long. So,
Do you think they're going to give Roman the record?
yeah, probably.
But will he go over then?
He. Well, we should
Wait, which
Let's-
record are we
wait.
talking about?
I assume you mean
let's-
longest in, right?
Yeah, longest in, which is like an hour and 2 minutes or whatever.
He already has the most eliminations in one match.
That's true. How many other awards can he win?
We're almost yeah. He's
I mean, Superstar of the Year. He has that from last year.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, wait,
Still
we won't
needs-
talk about the Rumble yet.
Let's wait.
okay.
Let's wait. Let's start with
Okay.
the pre-show match. We have a fatal 4-way tag team match. The winner of this tag team match, both members of that tag team get in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, cool.
And the tag teams are Darren Young and Damian Sandow.
Oh, that classic tag team.
That classic
That's
tag
been
team.
together for so long.
The Dudley Boys. The Ascension. And Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
Best friends forever.
BFFs. That's their actual tag team name. They're the BFFs.
wait. I can put them together kayfabe wise. They both
Okay.
lost to Rusev during his monster run.
Okay.
I'm sure they bonded over that.
Okay.
They're both actual athletes.
They were both let down by older figures in their life.
I love the continuing tradition of pay-per-view pre-show matches that are just like, we had all these guys we didn't know what the fuck to do with.
So they're now, yeah.
Got a tag team match.
It also,
Also,
means a bunch
for-
of these
for
people
only-
are not making it in to the Rumble.
Yes, for only 2 of those people to be in the Rumble, they must have like, hi buddy, that's Sammy. They must have an
Sammy.
incredible lineup of like surprises and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Or not.
Because there's so much of their rosters injured. I would have expected every one of those to be in the Rumble just to fill out the 30 people.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I made a list of people like that could be in the Rumble, and there's much more than 30. Like these guys could be out, and they could, and that wasn't including like guests or Triple H, or does Triple H count as a guest? I guess so, right? I don't know.
Or Zack Ryder. You know they're putting Zack Ryder in there.
Yeah, Zack Ryder's in that Rumble.
Zack
for
Ryder
sure.
will be in there.
Yeah. Well, and that guy from... All right, we're talking about the Rumble again, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
We got to talk about this important and intense match.
Pull us to us.
Of two tag teams that have never tagged before ever. Why are Darren Young and Damian Sandow tag teaming together?
They both been cast off
why
by
not?
their.
Does
by
this-
their
We'll
former
get to Damian Sandow later, but I think he should be in the Rumble.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I mean, he's not doing anything else. I don't see why he would be in the... Other than to beat the record of, like, somehow getting out in less than a second. I don't see why he would get put in the Rumble. I don't know. This match is very... It's clearly just a thrown together match.
It's probably the Dudley Boys.
Almost... Well... See, I thought that.
So
But-
the one weird thing is that apparently they're making it like part of the storyline with Mark Henry that he's been like talking openly about how this is going to be his last Rumble.
Oh yeah.
So it
Also-
would be really weird for him to not get in.
He was in the Rumble and then they took him out.
Yeah, that's also true.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I
You think
thought...
he's probably gonna win then, right? That's the gutsy
Yeah,
underdog story.
he's the underdog. Mark Henry is finally... He's going to put Roman Reigns in the Hall of Pain. Thank goodness. Someone has to. Yeah, I thought Mark Henry and Swagger might win just because they... Big dudes in the Rumble, you know? That's where they belong. But it could be the Dudleys. They don't need to be in the Rumble, really. One of them was in the Rumble last year already.
Well, one of them, that same one, needs to go solo and go heel.
Really?
Yeah. Bring back Bully Ray.
Or maybe this is the start of the big Ascension push that never happened.
It's a funny joke.
I think we're better off just talking about the Rumble. Does this mean Titus O'Neil is in the Rumble then for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they're just pushing him as like a solo guy.
No, he is not confirmed for the Rumble.
Oh.
If he's not in the Rumble, that's a rip, man. That's terrible.
Wait, hold on, you guys. Let me read off my quick Ascension fantasy booking off my phone here. So they win this tag match. They both enter, in the mid-teens. They just clean house. And it's just the Age of the Ascension. And then they're eliminated later.
Oh,
Let's
Age of
just
the
say
Ascension. That's one of my favorite X-Men crossovers.
Yeah.
Is their rise called Ascension Ascending?
That's good that you mentioned the X-Men because my next paragraph is all about Stardust.
Great. The Cosmic Wasteland. Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens are having a last man standing match for the Intercontinental Championship. That would be cool. I'm really bummed they didn't put some of their best talkers in the ring to talk to each other at all for this entire build-up. It's a real bummer.
Yeah.
It's a real fucking bummer.
Yep, it really is.
Seems like they don't know what they're doing.
Almost.
They talked around each other on commentary when the other person was beating up Neville.
That should probably, hopefully, be a good match.
Yes, I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
I think it should be good.
Although their match at TLC wasn't. They did have a match at TLC, right? Am I remembering?
Yeah, but it was 10 minutes long.
It was
Yeah,
really
it wasn't
weird.
great
And-
for some reason.
But this one has no DQ match, so that leads to good potential for fun things to happen.
Is Last Man Standing no DQ?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, last time they had one, Cena put Bray Wyatt through some speakers or something.
Oh, right.
Man, remember when Bray Wyatt was an up and coming
Oh.
super?
We'll be talking about that later. Don't you worry.
This is gonna be a good match. I hope Dean Ambrose shows up with a bag full of weapons. That's my favorite thing.
Just
is
the
bag
two
or
kendo
shopping
sticks?
cart. Oh yeah, or just the 2 kendo sticks is good. But
That's it.
bag
That's all
or
I-
shopping cart of weapons.
What about a monitor? Are you down with a monitor that's connected to something?
He's had bad
still?
luck with monitors before.
Okay.
Monitors, nothing good ever happens when you put monitors out in the WWE. Kane might throw one in a kiddie pool for some reason. Nothing good is gonna happen. Let's see. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto in a singles match for the United
They did
States
the-
Championship.
Former
The weird
United
sup-
States champion.
Yeah, they did the weird hot potatoing of the U.S. titles, which was a big shocker. Where
It's a real unfortunate thing.
Kalisto surprisingly won the title against off of Del Rio on
Didn't
Raw.
even use his finisher and won via roll up.
Yeah.
That was weird.
You know, the face finisher to end all finishers.
I like that finisher a lot. But
And then
Del Rio cheated to win. Bad News Barrett, like moved Kalisto's leg or something, so that he couldn't break the hold and had to tap out to lose the belt.
That was the only person here who watched SmackDown. I don't.
Yeah. Well, have you? So you guys haven't watched SmackDown at all? With the
I
new guy?
watched the week before when that new announcer started.
He's great.
yeah,
That was
I've
it.
watched and a couple of matches, not a full episode, but just enough to hear the new announcer who. What's his name? I apologize.
Mauro Ranello.
But he's very good.
Yes.
Not only is he good, but him being around and being he's in the role of blatantly face play-by-play guy,
Yep.
Yeah.
which has brought King back into the heel color guy. And it's
Which is
all
what King's way better at.
oh, he's so good at it. But not only that, he gets to be like lording it over Ranello, like, well, this is how it's done in wrestling, like, kind of thing. Like, I don't think you understand, okay? This is like what heels, like, basically, like, this is what the bad guys need to do. What, like, this is like basically how, like, he explains to Ranello like he is a 5-year-old why the bad guys are actually doing the right thing. It's fantastic. And then the other guy that's there kind of just doesn't do much. But it's
Who else is there? Is it Byron?
No, it's
Tom Phillips? No.
it's got other guy on NXT that isn't Byron or Corey Graves.
Why can't I remember his name?
I don't. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Yeah, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Like, we all have computers in front of us, but none of us are bothered.
Yeah, none of us are looking.
He's fine.
So
He's
we don't
whatever.
care.
He's whatever. He's clearly in training still,
Yeah.
type of position, which is fine. But yeah, this match should be pretty good. I mean, Alberto's had some fire in him again. Finally, looking good.
Yeah.
I just like heel Alberto, so I'll always be happy to see him around.
How do you feel about
Gilberto.
Gilberto Del Rio? How do you feel about the title changing hands that quickly?
I think it's pretty lame, actually. I'm not a fan of it, but I guess, I don't know, that the bad guy has to cheat to get his title back to be the defender is kind of fine, but it's just this on top of how WWE is booking everything lately. It's a bad taste in the mouth, that's for sure. But, I mean, I guess they just wanted a title change on SmackDown, maybe?
I think they want to move Kalisto forward a little bit. They wanted this with old Sin Cara. They want it with Kalisto. They need the Rey Mysterio spot that sells a lot of masks. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Those masks.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
like $75.
I like Kalisto a lot, and I'm glad
love
they're doing
Kalisto.
something with Kalisto.
Yeah.
I hope that they actually just stick the title on him at some point and actually let him have it.
Also, Sharkosaur and Heel Nano are telling us Byron is on SmackDown. Oops.
that is what Wikipedia says too. But I didn't want to come back with.
I don't know. It's the least important part of that commentary team. I guess it's fine.
Sure.
Byron's fine. He's learning. But yeah, it'd be a good match. I like Kalisto. I want him to do well. I like seeing his cool moves. I think it's really annoying that once again the two Mexican guys have to wrestle each other. Like, that's pretty lame. That this is like the thing that has to happen over and over and over again.
But they're both good.
They are both good.
So-
They are both good, but they could also be doing stuff that isn't with each other, and I guess they probably will after this, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I
Have to
mean,
assume.
maybe. I don't know what else.
Although if Kalisto wins, they do the rematch again at Fastlane. We're kind of getting.
Yeah, and then I really don't want to see it again at WrestleMania, but it could happen. I don't know.
What if they have the match like in a bunker
Mm-hmm.
and it's underground
Okay.
and they're luchadors,
Uh-huh. Like in a like
Mhm.
like a sort of a wrestling temple.
like a
Underground
wrestling temple. Yeah,
Mm.
like an underground luchador competition.
That'd never work.
Okay.
That would never work. There's
Guys,
I'm
no
let me tell you,
interested.
watch season 2 of Lucha Underground. I've been to a couple of the tapings, and it's crazy this year.
I mean, I don't want you to spoil anything, but
Yeah, is
And
Angelico
I
Kalisto
won't.
there?
anything crazy?
Is Kalisto there?
Yeah, just all the time. He's in every match. It's really weird. He's really killed himself. He's exhausted at the end of these shows.
Is that why he lost the title?
That makes sense why he tapped out.
Yeah.
All right. It all makes sense now. That's fine. Uh, let's see. Charlotte and Becky Lynch for the Divas Championship. The only feud of this entire card that's had a decent build-up. How about that? The Divas finally got a storyline. It somehow just looks like it's at the expense of every other storyline in the entire company. But that's fine. That's all right. But yeah, I am actually glad that they finally are like doing something with the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They're having good matches. Ric Flair is on top of his game on Raw. He's better than he's been in quite a while.
He's just Ric Flairing it up.
He is really well. Ric Flair was the one that accepted this match in the first place, which is great.
Yeah, I don't think he has that authority. It's
in like
it's weird that no one brought that up.
it was all, and he did it in like the most Marty McFly way. Like all Becky Lynch had to do was call him a chicken, and suddenly, like, he got fired over the phone from his boss. And, well, whatever. That was I'm pretty sure Ric Flair does not have the authority, but either way, it'll be a good match. And then maybe this will be it, and now they can do something else also.
I don't know. You
On
don't
the
think that
road
if
to
she's healthy,
WrestleMania?
the WrestleMania plan is Becky, Charlotte, Sasha?
It should be.
That would not be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe throw a fourth person in there,
Paige.
throw Paige or
Is Nikki Bella
Bailey.
going to be back? Is a Bella?
Nikki Bella is not going to.
There has to be
Bailey.
a-
Throw in Bailey.
If anything, there's going to be a Bella at WrestleMania. Let's be real here. I don't know. Well, Paige is doing her weird tag team thing with Natalya, which is, I guess, based off of a storyline in Total Divas, I think.
If it is, they did get
Yeah,
to it in the
Paige-
premiere.
Oh.
Paige like shows up suddenly again, and she's face again, I guess.
Yeah, she's BFFs with Natalya now.
Well, she was right about Charlotte, who turned out to be a heel. So I think
Which
like
made her face.
yeah, which I guess retroactively makes Paige a face.
Ugh.
I don't understand. Man, maybe this Divas booking is not actually any better. Finally, there's parity. Like, the men and women are equally awful now. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's just as Becky and Charlotte drew all the oxygen off of the male booking this month, they also took the rest of it off of the female booking. It's just all
Great.
everyone's bad this month.
This is ruined.
This should be a good match, though, right, guys? It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep it going. New Day versus the Usos somehow for the tag team. I guess that's the only tag team left, right? Who else? There's no one left.
I mean, there's
The
Dudleys.
But they did that enough.
There's
Yeah.
Oh
there's
yeah,
Darren Young and Damian
it's-
Sandow,
you
the
beat
tag
me
team
to it.
sensation.
Yeah. There's the BFFs, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. There's the social outcasts.
There are the social outcasts. But they're faces?
Are there?
Heels?
I
No.
don't know.
They're heels because Big Show's a face now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's a good guy because he's against the Wyatts.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that the trombone got broken by Chris
Yeah,
Jericho.
Francesca?
Yeah, what a jerk.
It's twice
Yeah,
now.
Jericho's doing bad work right now.
Jericho's doing some of the worst. Well, the problem is he's just doing the same work that he did in 1999. just
I
over
disagree. I
again.
think Jericho has lived long enough to see himself become the Goldberg.
Oh shit.
Wow,
shit.
that's a much harsher criticism than I was going to give.
And yet, I don't
It's
think
not
you're wrong.
incredibly wrong.
I don't think you're
It's
wrong.
a real bummer. It's a real bummer that
Yeah.
Jericho is now doing whatever that thing is. He's calling a cartwheel in the ring, and just making dad jokes, and it's just.
I wonder if his lion salt looks like that now. Just like half twist in the air.
Crash Farmer says, I'm afraid they're building up Jericho to be the general manager of Raw. I think that would probably be the best thing he could possibly do. Right
I
now.
don't think Jericho's going to stick around that
No.
long, so I don't think you have to worry. Like even if they did put him in that position, it would be like a very brief storyline. I don't think it would be like he's that for good or anything.
Yeah, because obviously RVD is going to be the next GM of Raw.
Yeah.
Duh. Raw 420. So there's also a Royal Rumble match, guys, at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Just so do we have John? You have a list of people who are confirmed.
I
Is
do.
that what-
Yeah, it's on.
So here are the confirmed
yeah,
people
let's just read this off.
in order
At
of
number
when they were
one.
announced.
Oh, okay.
Big Show, Curtis Axel,
Oh, who announced his entry on WWE.com, by the way. He
Yes.
put up like
Yes.
a video about it.
he's still in last year's Rumble. Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho. Coming in at number 1, Roman Reigns, the Beast Brock Lesnar, Stardust,
Yeah.
the Great White Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Xavier Woods, and then the 2 people that win that first match.
Yeah.
How many
that's-
is that?
That's 18.
18. Okay.
All right. Any potential winners? There's some potential. I say Brock Lesnar is a potential winner.
I
Roman
would,
Reigns is a potential winner.
yes.
Anyone
I
else?
would-
I think Bray Wyatt's a potential winner.
I think you're right.
I think that's
What-
possible.
What gives you that idea?
He closed out Raw,
Yep.
standing tall.
Didn't he close out SmackDown too? Standing tall.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a bad
SmackDown-
sign
I've not
if
watched
it's true.
SmackDown tonight. Yeah, if he closed out both standing tall, he is no longer a potential winner.
Yeah, that's true. WWE's booking.
Do we want to say Sheamus is a potential winner?
No.
He has won in the past. He has experience. If we're going kayfabe on this.
No, we're not.
All right, that's fair.
I think that's about it out of this bunch.
What
What are the odds again for Chris Jericho winning the Royal Rumble?
Hold on, I got those up.
Art was pulling these up before.
According to
we went live.
skybet.com, Chris Jericho is 50-1.
Lovely.
Braun Strowman
Do you
is
really?
33
Do you just have those
to 1.
betting odds ready?
yeah.
Yeah, I got them up. You
Are
want
you
one?
doing some betting? Are you gonna throw down some cash?
I mean, I think Roman Reigns at 12-5 is a really strong bet.
That's actually not a bad bet at all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
God, 50-1. Jeez.
I mean, Seth Rollins is only 80-1, and he would have to do it on one leg.
Well, that's one way to make him look strong.
But that's really sad for Kofi Kingston, who's 125-1,
Oof. What's Daniel Bryan's odds?
20-1.
Daniel Bryan has a better chance of winning the Rumble than Chris Jericho.
He has
This
the
is
6th
accurate.
highest odds. He is the 6th highest favorite.
So what's the story? So what do you think is going? He's not going to show up, right? There's no chance in hell.
No
I think
chance, yeah.
I think there is a chance, like a very small chance that
There's no way they're going to let him ruin the Rumble 3 years in a row.
I think there's a very small chance that WWE has been like there's always that chance in wrestling, right? That
Yeah.
at WWE that they've been playing us, that they're actually ready and Brian's ready and they've just been waiting. They were like, we'll save it. We want it to be huge. We want it to be massive. I don't think it's likely, but I do think there is like the smallest chance.
He's not showing up.
He's probably not showing up.
He'll be showing up at that auto show.
So the thing is, if he does show up, he's going to lose again.
Yes. Which is not going to go over well.
If he makes it to the final four, though, I think that might be enough.
They won't barely have any chance to boo before it's over. Yeah, that's fair. About AJ Styles, is there a chance? There's a pretty good chance he'll show up, right?
I'm sorry, who?
Alex Styles. Is that what they're going to call him? That's my guess for what they're going to call him.
There's a chance that AJ Styles will show up. I think a very strong chance.
Yeah.
25 to 1 to win, according to Skybet.
Twice as good. Twice as much of a chance as Chris Jericho. Let me think of who else could make it in there. I mean, I guess...
the Boogeyman?
The Boogeyman is actually retired now.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Tatanka?
Isn't Tatanka dead?
No, he's
No.
pretty sure he's still alive.
You guys remember when Tatanka came back?
Remember when The
was short,
Godfather
right?
came back and then just got immediately eliminated?
Oh, yeah. Like 3 seconds or something.
All these people in the chat are talking about like, oh, I'm so excited to see Daniel Bryan in New Japan Wrestling, and I'm so excited to see Daniel Bryan on Lucha Underground. I'm not ready to leap to these conclusions.
No. Have you seen the amount of dates and appearances that Daniel Bryan is scheduled for?
And like,
Don't
there
get your
was
hopes up.
a giant and very dumb rumor that went around where like some really tiny wrestling site was like, we got an email from a WWE insider who told us that that Daniel Bryan's time is done, that they're putting the paperwork through.
Oh my
And it was like, it was total bullshit.
It was like a rival of theirs, like emailing them as a hoax.
That's why I don't trust the
it's
dirt
real
sheets.
bad. Lots of Sami Zayn talk.
Yeah,
which
I'll
I'm
say
down with.
Andy Clare does point out it's in Orlando. So who do you think is going to show up from NXT? I think Sami Zayn and
Hulk Hogan.
Samoa Joe probably.
I think it feels
Definitely
like a Baron
Hulk Hogan.
Corbin spot, right?
Oh, the Lone Wolf.
Great.
Because like
Andy
it
Clare
gives him a chance to
clarifies-
look all right.
Andy Clare clarifies that they had made one of the seeing Daniel Bryan in New Japan Wrestling jokes and clarifies that it was in fact a joke.
Yeah.
So just to be clear about that.
He could probably get out of his contract if he decides he'd rather not make all of that money.
Yeah. For showing up and signing autographs.
Yep.
You
Being
don't
on
need a-
Total Divas.
You don't need a working neck for that. Well, I guess you kind of do.
Sort of.
So Baron Corbin, really?
It feels like a Baron Corbin spot, right? Like Rusev had a couple years back.
Right. I think you're
Sure.
totally right. I think they're ready to bring him up, and I think they want to do it the same way they brought Rusev up. I think you're 100% right.
Well, it's going to make these suplexes pretty awkward.
DSHS70 says Ty Dillinger shows up, huge pop, instantly eliminated. Someone on the Squared Circle Reddit had mentioned that he should come in at number 10 because that's his whole.
Oh,
gimmick.
because he's number
He's
10,
a perfect
'cause
10.
Perfect 10. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, I guess we're kind of beating around the bush, but there is, of course, Triple H at the Rumble.
Yeah, well,
Sammy
yeah.
agrees with that one. Sammy says yes to that one.
I think Triple H is going to show up as like number 31 or something. Like weird like that.
Try to
you know?
screw over the person who's winning.
Yeah, like they have so purposely not mentioned Triple H at all since he got beat down at TLC that it's like it has to be happening, right? He has to be showing up.
So he hasn't been on TV at all in like a month.
I think
Right.
Triple H is going to show up for sure. I don't know whether it's going to be in the Rumble or to fuck with someone in the Rumble. Like that's the question to me. Yeah, he hasn't been on TV at all since that beatdown. I think it could end up just being like he shows up, but just to like screw over Reigns or something. Like to me, that's the one scenario under which Reigns doesn't win. I think they're totally going to set him up to win, and they're going to make him look incredible. but maybe have him lose because of Triple H or because of Vince, I guess. But I'm assuming Triple H.
Well, Vince McMahon, is he gonna enter the Rumble? It's possible, right?
Anything's
What
possible.
if Vince McMahon won?
But no.
He's done it before.
Yeah, he sure has.
Why do we watch this shit?
Man, what if Vince won?
Where are the Sky Bet odds?
Instantly have the record for the longest time between Rumble wins, currently held by Batista at however many years that was.
Yeah.
I think also worth noting, Brock Lesnar has never been eliminated from a Royal Rumble. He's undefeated in Royal Rumble
That's
matches.
true. He is. That's a good sign going in.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't played that up at all. Actually.
Yeah, it's weird that there's a thing they could be using to build up Brock Lesnar they haven't used.
Yeah. It is kind of weird. What? Let's see. I don't know. So who do we think's going to win it? Let's just say that. Who's going to win the Rumble?
Gosh, it's tough.
See.
That's
That's why the Rumble's great, because it's unpredictable almost always.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Reigns though. I'm taking the safe bet and having Reigns do it again, and having him hold on to the title.
Brock Lesnar. Setting up Reigns, Lesnar,
And
2 at WrestleMania with a Brock Lesnar that works for the Authority and turned on Paul Heyman.
I'm going with my heart and saying Bray Wyatt. It's not going to happen, but I want it. I want it badly enough.
God, that'd be great. It would be great. That would be awesome.
I think Bray is a really strong choice, and it would be an awesome surprise. I mean, they've had him. I can't remember how he did. No, he wasn't in the Rumble 2 years ago, right? Am I remembering right?
no, was he facing?
Yeah, he
Daniel
wasn't
Bryan?
because he was the Daniel Bryan year.
Yeah, the last year they definitely had him
He took out a lot of dudes.
Yeah, they definitely played him up as
including the Boogeyman.
really huge last year, which is what they did the year before with
He has all 3 of his guys in there this year.
yeah.
That's true.
Instead of 2.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
He had
Strowman's
0
a big
last
dude.
year. Remember, Rowan eliminated
right.
Axel so he could fight against
That's right.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
No one eliminated Axel.
Right, he delayed Axel.
Let's get real here.
Yeah. What if Triple H comes back and knocks out Curtis Axel?
I'm going with Triple H for the win.
For the win? Triple H
win.
as the champion in the year of our Lord 2016? Really?
I mean,
God.
the Rock was our champion a couple years ago
I find The Rock somewhat more believable even
for
now.
3 months.
What if The Rock comes in and wins?
What if he
How far
comes
is
in
Triple H?
and then shakes?
Eliminates Roman's hand.
No, he shakes Roman's hand and then jumps out, eliminates himself.
Whoa. Deep. Possible.
How far are we from Triple H breaking Flair's record? If he just wants to leapfrog John Cena real quick.
He's injured. It's my time. Ooh, but what if Triple H comes out to my time? That'd be great.
He has won it. No, hold on. 13 times
All right, so he's
as of
close.
2011.
Yeah, I don't think Roman's gonna win, just so that would just make it's just another. They love doing an underdog story with him, and it sets up a great time for him to be a 3-time champion at
shoot.
WrestleMania.
We
And
never
says
went.
Triple H wins, and every fucking nerd on Twitter makes shovel jokes, myself included.
Yeah, that's true.
He is the Shovel Knight. We never went down the path of Dean Ambrose.
Number 2.
Not entering, right? Because he's in a last man standing match. You got to
That's
sell
fine.
that, right?
He's crazy.
Yeah, he is the lunatic fringe after all.
It's true. Technically, he is that.
Also,
He is 16 to 1 if you want to bet on him.
He'll be in at number 2. Is my bet.
They should do the last man standing match right before.
Yeah. Yeah. And then him and Roman just kind of hang out and then take dudes out. And then someone will eliminate him. Sheamus or some trash.
I know we kind of talked about it, but any other NXT potentials to come in at the Rumble?
There's a chance of Finn Balor, but I doubt it.
I doubt Finn. He wants to stay down. Or there, not down, because it's arguably a better promotion. There's Samoa Joe.
Yeah. I said Joe and Sammy, I think, are
Yeah.
the two.
What about Enzo?
He just takes the entire 90 seconds doing his hype speech in
Yes.
between.
Yes.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be good. That would be good. And then he gets taken up by Triple H.
Yeah.
Or Eric Rowan.
I made you. I will break you.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy says Apollo. That's not bad.
It's possible. Yeah, he's got a good looking dude. A good time for him to show up and then go away again. Well, supposedly the Tough Enough guy is supposed to be there, right?
The one that's talking shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a rumor going around.
that is a rumor that like they're gonna go like full Carney and like bring him out just to like beat the crap out of him
Oh, that'd be
at
great.
the Rumble. I don't know if that would be great.
I don't know if I buy that rumor. The rumor is essentially like, so it's this guy from Tough Enough who made a joke on Twitter about the Social Outcasts, the new team of Heath Slater and Adam Rose and who the fuck else is in that?
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel.
Bo
He called them
Somehow not
Dallas.
things
Yeah,
to
you're
say
right.
now.
He called them the social jobbers.
Yeah.
And it's pretty, it's pretty like people in the industry don't normally use terms.
That's something we would say.
Yeah.
It's not something
It's-
someone employed by
but-
WWE would say.
It's also not a good look to say that about your coworkers.
Sure.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of rumors going around that essentially WWE was like, oh well, he made heat with the wrestlers and they've been fighting back and forth on Twitter, so now we should put him in the Rumble. I don't necessarily buy this rumor because that also feels like something we would say. It feels like something we would come up with, not something WWE would be like, yeah, this is what we should do.
But it's also just carny enough that I believe it. That's the problem. Is it's like just shitty enough of a thing to do that I'm like, possible. I don't know. Okay, we probably should move on to suplexes, I think, here.
Sure.
Because we're good. Let's just do a quick rundown of predictions for the pre-show match. Darren Young and Damian Sandow versus the Dudley Boys versus the Ascension versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. I go with Mark Henry and Jack Swagger winning.
I am also going to go with Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, and then Mark Henry's taking it, going all the way, winning the Rumble, going to WrestleMania. Mark Henry.
Champ in 2016.
Champ is here.
I'm going to continue going with my heart and say Darren Young and Damian Sandow.
Okay.
I'm also in that camp.
We're all going to be wrong, I bet.
Yep. It's going to be the Dudleys.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. It's going to be Dean Ambrose because Kevin Owens needs to fight Brock at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Dean.
I'm going D, but I'm not going because he needs to fight Brock at WrestleMania. That's not going to happen.
Owens and
divorcing
Brock.
myself from that part of this prediction.
Yeah, I'm in the same state as Art here.
Fine, whatever. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. Kalisto's going to win this.
I would like Kalisto to win.
He's actually going to use his finisher, and then he's going to win by submission. Maybe.
Yeah, Kalisto.
Ooh, but maybe not, right? Because I would have 3 face champions. So they really want to go that way?
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
I mean, people like them, maybe.
There's still time for them to get taken out at Fastlane.
Hmm?
Fastlane.
Fastlane to pain.
What do you say, Phil?
Kalisto.
Kalisto!
Kalisto.
As John Cena would say.
Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte will win. Therefore, there won't be all face champions.
Oh, I'm going with Becky Lynch. You can't have her lose 2 pay-per-views in a row, right? Right?
Yeah, Becky's going to break
Has
an
Paige
arm.
won like every pay-per-view in a row?
And not
or lost
hers.
every pay-per-view in a row?
It's 100% going to be Charlotte for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Becky will get the title eventually, but I think they're going to give Charlotte a nice long run with it.
What if Ric Flair wins?
Well,
And he's the Divas
then we
champion.
all win.
Yeah, there's the Ric Flair factor is too high. The
Yeah.
cheat factor is too real. You can't have the dirtiest player in the game there and not have him influence the outcome.
What if someone comes out to help out Becky Lynch as like an enforcer on her side?
It probably won't be Sunny.
Is it Sheamus?
Andy Claire says, I think they'll
Might be.
screw over Becky till Mania.
Probably.
And I think that's
Accurate.
fairly likely as well, unless they are planning to get
Three-way.
Sasha in the running for Mania, which was my original thought. But I think my assumption at this point is that Sasha does have an injury, so that's probably not the plan anymore. If it ever was at any point.
Yeah.
New Day versus the Usos. Man.
It's got to be New Day.
Yeah.
New Day.
They're one of the
New
best
Day.
things
It has to
going.
be the New Day. Also,
I think it's the Usos because I don't think WWE wants to give New Day a WrestleMania entrance. I think they're worried about what that would be or look like, and they're just gonna de-push New Day all the way
Wait,
down.
they're worried about what? What do you think they're worried about?
WrestleMania.
Them
intro?
doing like a big elaborate WrestleMania entrance. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to see it.
What if they ride in on unicorns?
Exactly. You know what that costs?
They're going to be spending a lot of money on a Lemmy tribute for
horse
when
with a
Triple H
horn.
comes in. So maybe you're right. But
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think.
go with-
I don't think they listen.
I don't think
If
that's
WWE doesn't want to give them a WrestleMania entrance, they just won't give them one. I don't think they give a fuck.
that's true.
They'll actually go to a commercial break and come back to them just standing in the ring waiting.
The jobber entrance as champs. No, the New Day's going to win. Come on.
I would just
Come
be
on.
upset if the Usos win because they're the most boring shit in the world.
I don't know. I mean, the Ascension exists.
No, you're right. They're not the most boring shit in the world. I say that. This is what I'm talking about. I'm too cynical tonight.
Yeah.
I just
Blake
I've
and
had
Murphy
enough.
are there too. So
Yeah.
Swizzle Malarkey suggests, I think this is a WrestleMania suggestion, Charlotte and her dad versus Becky and the ghost of Randy Savage.
God.
I'd watch that.
I would watch it.
I'd watch it. Well, whatever. The thing
would it
is,
just be a shining light in
I'm
the corner?
financially. Art and I are both financially invested in WrestleMania at least being watchable. Like they just need to do something
All
barely
of us are
passable.
paying for paying for the WWE network. We're all invested to that degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got $10 riding on this.
Now, when John Cena got injured, I tweeted that my WrestleMania tickets were like junk bonds. I had to buy an airplane ticket to visit. But it's looked a little better since then.
Yeah. No John Cena signing at Fan Access at WrestleMania.
His shoulders hurt. What's he gonna do? Put the pen in his teeth?
Listen, it's not.
Or
It's not give up when your fucking shoulder hurts. It's never give up.
Just put some
okay?
lipstick on the man and have him kiss some pictures.
What if that was his? What if it was give up when your shoulder hurts? That's it.
It doesn't fit on a shirt.
It's the
itself.
fine print, like underneath his art.
Yeah, that doesn't work well on a shirt.
Never give up, except for if your shoulder hurts.
Yeah.
Maybe take a day or two off.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, just a day or two. I feel like there's like still a chance he could show up at the Rumble and win.
But
I would
come back
not
a week
at all
after
be
surgery.
shocked. I would 100% not be shocked if it was just like surprise John Cena's back. We were
What if
just
Cena
kidding.
wins?
What if he
if
just
Cena
won-
wins?
What if he just wrestled one-armed matches?
Andy Claire says New Day at Mania involves them being shot out of a trombone-shaped cannon. I'm into it.
And then they have to face three Chris Jerichos.
Oh, what if Chris Jericho finds a way to clone himself? The worst of all worlds.
Just all of Fozzy.
It's like yes, the New Day versus Fozzy, and also
Oh,
the
boy.
Muppet.
Don't bring him into this.
All right, guys, it's time to get serious. It's time for the most important awards in pro wrestling ever. The Suplexes. The first annual Suplexes.
Hey,
Which, up until the very last minute, we're still adding awards. That's how many awards we have to give out. More than we could even fit into one email.
Arguably too many.
Arguably too many. But
That was argued. Yes.
doing too much poorly.
I argued that for the record. And then I had
you added more. You added 3 more.
In honor
one more.
of the WWE's mantra of too much poorly, we're giving out a lot of awards this year. All right, so let's start at the bottom of the list and move up because I feel like Best Superstar is like a Game of the Year award for wrestling, for people, for human beings. Let's start out with the best non-WWE match. I don't know who wants to start this. We're kind of just my plan for this, we'll just kind of all list off what we got, and then I will tell everyone the right answer. Does anyone else have a best non-WWE match?
Rockstar Spud versus EC3.
That was almost my non-WWE match of the year. It was so close.
What
so
is
close.
so? I want to clarify something. And
I thought you were going to do a
something-
Jeopardy answer there.
No. But maybe this is something that Andy Clare could help out with in the chat. Because I'm unfamiliar. What are non-WWE matches? Is that a thing?
They happen once in a while. There's some indie promotions.
It's called a pro wrestling match. It's different from a sports entertainment show.
There's more flippy shit, and
flippy shit I like.
Usually much more obnoxious fans, which is surprising.
Soltron got my answer in the chat.
Yes. The Phoenix Mil Muertes Grave Consequences match at Lucha Underground is the correct
I need
answer.
to watch that more.
Oh, well, luckily it's this Wednesday coming up is when it starts on the El Rey network.
They have a 40-hour marathon this weekend.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's worth it.
I don't have El Rey. I don't have cable.
I got cable again, finally.
If you want to stream that to me, I'll just
How's that
watch
for
it
a
all.
bombshell? Yeah.
What if I just provide you with a link to this batch downloading service?
I won't know. We don't know anything about those sites, is my understanding.
It's illegal.
And whatever. I don't even know what you're talking about anyway. I have cable.
I do too.
I'm sorry, what's
I
that?
just know of some things out there on the dark net.
I'm kind of upset that I have cable, but it was the only way to get
the,
faster internet.
The tour?
Yeah, that's it.
On tour?
So, yes, the correct answer is Mil Muertes and Phoenix Grave Consequences match is the best non-WWE match of 2015.
Woo! Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations. Your award is in the mail. Next, we have the best non-WWE wrestler. Phil, who's your answer?
Again,
Daniel
I'm
Bryan
not.
is an acceptable answer.
Do they have wrestlers who aren't in the WWE? I'm not sure that I understand
everyone in the
this.
WWE is a superstar or a diva. So wrestlers only exist outside of the WWE. I feel like I should have expanded this to include NXT, because then there might have been a chance.
We have an NXT star of the year. We can't have a non-WWE wrestler and then make NXT stars.
I guess you're right.
I think it's Nakamura.
That's
That's a really
close.
good.
I went with Pentagon Jr.
That's a good.
I love. Man, he is such a fantastic heel. He's really good, and he's a real good jerk. And he's starting to do matches all over the place in America now, which is really cool. So I'm hoping one day he will come here. That would be nice.
He is here. He's on Lucha Underground. I saw him in Boyle Heights.
Well, yeah, he's
20
in
minutes
LA,
from my front door.
but he's not in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. It's
Pretty close.
15 hours away.
I recently watched my first Nakamura match, and it was really good.
Badass. He really is.
Yeah, he's
And
very
he finally
good.
won the
I will say
G1.
that. I know that.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
How's Okada?
I don't. Probably a pretty nice guy.
Is he pretty?
Yeah, he's got a good lariat on him.
I did watch the Wrestle Kingdom, and
I don't think you're supposed to call it the Wrestle Kingdom. I think that's not.
Is the guy, is Tanahashi like New Japan Cena? Is that like his thing? That's what I got the feeling of. I only watched the Japanese commentary. The English commentary was kind of grating.
Oh, I haven't watched Wrestle Kingdom 10, but I heard the English commentary was a disaster. Yes.
The Yoshitatu stuff is hilarious from the little bit of it that I've heard.
See, Andy Clare in the chat just said, no, it's the Wrestle Kingdom. See, I was right. Whatever. Uh,
I just think that's what a 60-year-old man who was trying to watch Japanese wrestling for the first
oh,
time
the
would
Wrestle
call it.
Kingdom. The Twitter. Uh-oh. Andy Clare is going to explain Tamahashi. You could really just answer yes or no for is he the Japanese Cena. That's the feeling I got. I could be wrong there.
We can just move on and
Let's
just
just
go back to.
I'll read this later.
What about the Young Bucks? I hear they're pretty good.
They're
Oh
wrestlers.
my God! Does Andy know where you live?
I find. Let's move
Not
on to
yet.
the best WWE match of the year, guys.
Okay.
Phil, what's your best WWE match of the year?
Wait, WWE had matches?
A couple.
This is just going to be my thing for the whole.
Oy.
My best match of the year. I don't know if this is breaking the rules or not because it's an NXT match, not like a proper WWE match. But
That's fine. NXT
I'm going-
is allowed. In all of
okay,
this.
I'm going with Sasha Banks versus Bailey at NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
a
This is
strong
just
choice.
such an incredible match.
Real strong.
Just really drove home how fantastic both of these performers are, and the post match Four Horsewoman thing was just like one of the moments of the year to me.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That is 100% also my answer, but because it's already been said, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge Cena Owens 1
Yeah,
Good. Very
Yep.
good match also.
as an honorable mention, but not as good as Sasha Bailey Brooklyn.
I will throw in the triple threat from the Royal Rumble last year.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
see, and
Cena, Brock, and Seth Rollins.
John got it right. That is the correct answer.
It's
is,
going to
That
Sasha and Bailey.
That is my
Right.
match of the year, though, is Brock, Cena, and Rollins. That was probably the best triple threat I've seen in quite a while. It's very good. Strong match from all of those guys. I'm normally not a fan of triple threat matches. They have a lot of potential to be boring, and that one was just a damn good match from all three of those guys.
Well, you always had Seth Rollins, like whenever he was off camera, he would drop a knee on someone.
Oh yeah,
It's great.
it's great, perfect. Yeah, Andy Clare in the chat brings up Brock and Roman at WrestleMania was very good. That was a great match.
that was a very good match. Yeah.
That was a great match. I mean, and Phil can attest to this too. The tone change among the fans at WrestleMania was like night and day during that match. Like the fans were like hot and cold, and then real hot at the end. It was
That was a fantastic match, and if they give me that as the main event for this WrestleMania again, I will boo that whole show. I don't want it again. Give me a new match.
I would actually be totally fine with that being the match again.
New match.
Just in the sense of like that, but knowing that it's not going to end the same way, knowing that there's actually going to be a winner one way or the other.
Or Seth
until
comes
Cena
in
comes
again
out.
with a new Money in the Bank briefcase.
he just comes out with the red one and the blue one.
But it was, it was. I think it was a very good match, and also one that like I don't, for my part at least, didn't expect it to be as good as it was. So.
No, yeah, I agree. That really surprised the hell out of me. It was the match I was least looking forward to.
I honestly would really like to see those two in the ring together again, just because I felt like they worked together really well in a way that I hadn't been expecting.
There's a good chance you could see that at Fastlane when one of them has to qualify to meet Triple H at WrestleMania.
Sure. That would be great. That would be an awesome Fastlane
That'd be fun.
main event. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. NXT Star of the Year. We'll start with John this time.
Oh man.
You didn't write these down?
I don't know if like Finn Balor's the champion, but I don't know if he's been completely stellar this year. I would probably have to go to my money's kind of on Kevin Owens there.
Okay. All right.
Because he came in, he wrecked shit, made a really big impact, looked unstoppable, and then just kind of went up to the main roster after Finn beat him in Japan. That was all right.
It's good.
Otherwise, it's Bailey.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
my choice also.
Yeah,
It is Bailey, yes.
it is Bailey.
Absolutely. She's been killing it there. 100%.
And they finally gave her a shirt that I think I could get away with wearing in public. It's been a great year for Bailey and me as a Bailey.
I always knew
Really?
you were a
Did
hugger.
they give her a new shirt?
They gave her Hug Like a Champ, which I think is way less creepy than I'm a Hugger.
I'm a Hugger is a little a little weird, but
Better than Last Kicker.
yeah, that's rough. Phil, what do you think?
It actually is Finn Balor for me.
Is it? It's a good
I've-
choice too.
I've heard
Absolutely.
I've heard some people saying similar to Art that they don't know that he's had an incredible year. I don't know. I have remained super impressed by all of his matches. Like even
I enjoy
a
his
bad
matches.
even
This
a bad Finn Balor match is like
That match in
above
Japan
and beyond
was badass.
almost anyone else.
That Japanese match was like what sold me.
It was
on it. That
real.
was super cool.
I'm really excited for him teasing Bullet Club stuff at like NXT
I think-
live events.
I think the biggest issue with Finn Balor, honestly, is just that thus far he hasn't really done great on the mic.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I also feel like that's less of an issue in NXT than it would be in WWE proper. So for right now, it's like it's fine.
Yeah.
I also
Oh.
feel like I have to give these things to Bailey because I'm so sure Finn is going to do great on Raw, and I'm so scared that they're just going to mess up this whole Bailey thing.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
I think Bailey has the
anything
most
there-
potential of anyone on NXT right now to do well on the main roster.
Any
So
questions? I can't wait for Finn to turn heel, so you all get to see when he really knocks it up a notch. He's such a good heel, and yeah, I will say, though he is my choice, I also completely have that sense, just from what I've read, what I've seen, and what I've seen myself from watching him, that he will be really fucking good as a heel.
I think when he does turn heel might be when I turn the corner on him, like, because I like him, but I think there's good potential there. I feel. I mean, obviously, I could watch all of his heel stuff, but
let me throw a dark horse in here.
sure.
Chad Gable.
Oh,
Chad Gable.
I think I might need to explain that a little bit.
So
Best of 2015, really?
Chad Gable is a guy who came into NXT as a relative unknown. Instantly won everyone. Well, not instantly. It took a couple weeks, but really won everyone over. He's very technical in the ring. Works very well. Everyone goes nuts when he's there now. Super entertaining. Great on the mic.
He is
Which
good
is-
on the mic.
And
For
great
being
in the
a new
ring.
guy. Yeah. I
I-
think so, but I just don't think he is quite there last year. Not better in my mind than Bailey, I guess. It's a hard thing to compare.
Yeah.
but-
That's see. There's seasoned NXT veterans there.
There is like the weird two-tiered NXT that's developed.
yeah.
Where there's like the real developmental, and then there's like these people are ready, but we're holding on to them because we don't have space for them.
Yep.
Which is kind of like, yeah, Gable is probably the best developmental talent. But then there's, actual Raw ready people like Finn, Joe, Bailey, Asuka.
Yeah. The people that are there, but could move up at any moment and be okay. Yeah. All right.
So who are we going with for that one?
I mean, I don't think we. My plan for this was not to decide a definitive winner. I guess
Okay.
we can. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So let's. I don't know. I think we all kind of went.
Wait, what? We don't need to decide it.
I don't think so.
I'm not
Alright.
going with any of your
That's fine.
answers.
Okay.
You jerks.
I didn't think so.
thought
Next,
Besides, we all know the definitive answer is whatever Dylan said.
yeah, the correct
Well,
answer is Bailey.
like-
Next, the Please Retire Award for Superstar Who Needs to Take a Break, which is, so we had to clarify this a little bit, but it is not someone who we actually want to go away forever, but someone who needs to not be on TV or programming, basically.
So, I'm going to kick
For a
this one
bit.
off.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Because I made that clarification. I have a choice that I think might be controversial, especially given what we just discussed as possible Rumble winners. But I'm going to throw it out here. My choice for the Please Retire Award for Superstars Who Need to Take a Break is Bray Wyatt.
Get out.
Wow. Wow.
Let me
Wow.
explain.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt sucks. I'm out. No, that's not my no. I think Bray Wyatt's great. However, I think that WWE has mishandled Wyatt and the Wyatt family so bad
It's very true.
That's true.
that if they want him to come back, if they at any point, like Bray Wyatt, what he should be a top heel. He should be one of the main heel forces in the WWE, and he should be like something that is actually feared. And at this point, if WWE wants that, they need to do a complete reboot of Bray Wyatt.
I completely disagree. Put the belt on him this Sunday, and he'll be like he's fresh as a spring daisy.
I think
It
he
worked
needs
with
to get some-
Sheamus.
He needs to get some goddamn.
It really didn't work with Sheamus. Also, the thing is, if they put the belt
That's
on
the
him this
joke.
Sunday, he's gonna lose it so fast.
Didn't you just give him some W's? Maybe not at the Royal Rumble, but he did.
Hey, they've given him a million W's against the Dudleys.
They are a team that
about it.
they need to beat people down within an inch of their life. That's what needs to happen with that team. They need to not lose to 50-year-old men, number one. 2 times, lost to Undertaker twice.
Heel Nano says it, and this is what I agree with. Even if they put the belt on Bray, he will not hold it past Mania, and that's the problem. He should have a run with the belt. It needs to be a long run, dominant run, and that's not going to happen if they put the belt on him right now.
Yes, Andy Card
Or
does
he
bring
beats
up,
Brock at Mania and becomes the biggest star in the world.
Do you really think they're going to let him go over Brock?
That's the world I want to live in, yes.
I think if anything, they're gonna put Braun
Are-
Strowman over Brock so that Roman
Are
can
you
beat him and look
sweet,
better.
innocent baby boy? You are so beautiful. Don't you let anybody get rid of this. Don't listen to me. Don't give up, okay?
Thank you.
I don't
won't.
want to ruin your sweet innocence. I love you.
Anyway, Phil is wrong. What's your answer, John?
This would be a lot easier if there weren't so many injuries. This is gonna hurt, Phil. I'm sorry. This is gonna hurt.
That's probably the choice I almost
Phil-
made.
Probably agree with you.
It's Dolph Ziggler.
Whoa! I
I-
almost said that.
No,
But
like
it's the same situation as Bray, though.
it. Yeah, it is. It is.
Nothing position.
Phil, you know I love Dolph Ziggler, and he was my first WWE shirt that I had as an adult.
You and me, buddy.
He's got to take a couple months off.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I think Dolph would benefit the same way.
Oh,
Bray.
yeah.
Bring him back. Bring him in fresh, whether it's as a face or a heel, preferably as a heel. But bring him in fresh and have him actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Good try. I got this, though.
Okay. Let's hear it.
This is going to be a little weird because, in a way, this person's already on a break. But I want them to take a longer, more permanent break. That's right. It's the Undertaker player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Should be the end. Should be arriving soon. Please. It's time.
It's not fun to watch him anymore, especially if they're going to have him fight people like Brock Lesnar. It's not.
No.
It's not
Sure.
believable.
Yep.
He looks like an old man. That other man is very big. I don't want to see him get hurt like that.
Yeah. Bray needs to beat him down for real and take his powers, and then he never comes back ever again.
in front of us this time.
Yeah, for sure. Bury him with his money. Well, you guys are all wrong because my award is the actual Please Retire award, and it belongs to Baron Corbin. Get the fuck out. You're terrible. You're not good on the mic. You're not good in the ring. You don't have the look.
Intercontinental champion by this time next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are,
Easily.
if at best, Baron Corbin is the next Wade Barrett. At
Yikes.
best.
That's
So
a
just-
pretty high ceiling. That a not injury prone Wade Barrett would be.
No.
be a
No, in
big
my
starting
mind,
point.
in my mind, he's also
Be a world
injury-prone.
champion.
In my mind, he's also injury prone. Because I just wanted to get injured a lot. All right. Next.
What? That's not
And this,
nice.
this is a award name I actually blatantly stole from NeoGaf because I loved it so much, which is the Cesaro Award for Most Underutilized Talent.
Sure.
I probably should have checked the rules on this one because I just gave it to Cesaro.
No, that's fine. There's
Okay.
a reason the award's named after him.
No, he was actually being pushed. The real answer here is Damian Sandow for winning. Did he win the Memorial Battle Royal, or did he come in? He came in second place.
He did not
after
win,
turning
yeah.
on the
Big
Miz.
Yeah.
But
And then they
he
just
had-
like screwed up any of his momentum.
he had like a match on Raw the next night, and then nothing. So yeah, he was getting that push, and then they totally put the brakes on him for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know.
It wasn't even necessarily a push, but it was at least a story.
Yeah,
And then they were just like, "Nah, we're done."
arguably one of the best stories of 2015.
Sure.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good story. And then
But it
nothing.
was there was nowhere it was going to go. He wasn't
No.
going to become the Miz.
God, that'd have been great. Wouldn't that have been great?
I mean, even just like having him get past that and beat the Miz and then be like, you know what? I realized I don't want to be you.
Yeah.
Like, they should have done something. They did virtually nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't they end up like not even like wasn't the eventual Miz versus Sandow match just like a pre-show match or something? Am I making
No,
that
it
up?
was on Raw.
It was on Raw.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Miz
Yep.
had to leave to go shoot Santa's little helper, so he
Ugh.
couldn't be there in
Uh,
person anymore.
yeah.
Soltron got it in the chat though. I don't know what Dylan's
Oh.
answer is, but Neville is the right answer.
Neville's my answer as well, for what it's worth.
Neville's a good answer. But
it's worth everything, Phil.
once again, you guys are all
Arguable.
wrong. The true answer is Titus O'Neil. This man has it. Once
No,
again,
he doesn't.
He has the look.
Uh-uh.
He's great on the mic. He's got the loving dad angle.
He's okay on the commentary mic when
Loving
he's talking
Dad
about
is
You
dish
guys,
not
rags.
see,
Angle.
you guys see his segments with Stardust? Gold. Some might say gold dust, but they'd be wrong. They're just gold. All good. The dude can do comedy. He's the best hot tag in the WWE.
He's mediocre. in the
I think
ring.
that's a really strong choice, honestly.
I think he has real potential, and they need to exploit the hell out of it.
He looks too naked too. He needs some pads or something.
He could use a little change up in ring gear. He looks a little, his like body looks a little weird because he's got that real. He's just a little strange looking with those little shorts. I agree, but he's got it. He's right there. He has real potential to be something really good. I think. Everyone here disagrees with me.
I think it's a great
I'm-
choice.
I also hear he's
I'm in.
55 years old. I think that's
He's-
true. I don't know what.
He looks good.
He looks. We were thinking of R-Truth. He was 155 years old.
Speaking
But
of
I
underutilized
will
talent,
say, Neville is the one for me just because I was. It was right after WrestleMania when he made the Raw after WrestleMania was when he did his main roster debut. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So Dylan, you and I were there.
yeah,
It was incredible.
that was insane.
For the longest time, it really seemed like they were going to give him a push.
It only
Just
seemed
right out
like
of the
that
gate.
because they didn't make him like Mighty Mouse. Like
He
they're like,
had
oh,
two nicknames. He
Yeah.
was the new sensation
Yeah.
and the man that gravity forgot.
That's true.
And then they cut out his first name
Yeah,
to fit that.
yeah.
And then they lost the new sensation.
I don't. Is he even really the man that gravity forgot? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's not so new anymore. He can't just be the sensation.
You sure can.
He's this. He's sensational. The sensational Neville. All right. What's the worst?
Anyways, they
what's-
just didn't do anything with him. Somebody in the chat also mentioned next year's winner is almost definitely going to be Tyler Breeze, and that's a bummer.
Yeah. Whatever.
But he's got that heat.
Whatever. There was nothing was ever gonna happen there. Push Titus over Tyler Breeze. Worst angle of the year. This was originally worst storyline. I decided to change it to worst angle, and the other one to best angle. And the answer cannot be Kurt. That is not allowed for either one. Phil, what's your answer? Don't say Kurt.
Well, what if it is, Kurt? Worst angle of the year for me. I think this is an obvious one. We've bitched about it a lot on this show, but Rusev, Ziggler, Lana
love triangle.
yeah.
I think it's
Correct.
part of the reason
Yeah,
that
that was my
Rusev
answer.
made John's list. I'm guessing.
I blocked that out.
Yeah. Well, it was really bad, and it everybody involved in it looked bad, which is
Nothing good. Nothing good came out of that for anybody. No one.
Yes.
No one looked good out of that. Everyone came out worse for wear on that one, including the actual company of WWE.
Yes.
Bad choices all around.
I think it's worst angle Karen.
Oh wow,
Karen angle.
it's a controversial choice.
Close. It's close second, I would say.
It is Ziggler Rusev love triangle. The Reed Flair thing is getting some love in chat. That's a good choice.
That's a good choice
Oh.
too. That's a good choice too. But
I'd forgotten about it because they swept it under the rug so quickly. Whereas I could never forget the Rusev
They
Ziggler love
dragged
triangle because it
that
lasted
shit
for
out.
I think 12 months.
it was like
it started at last year's Royal Rumble.
I'm pretty sure it was at least 2 pay-per-views. It was bad. Ugh. But the best angle. Now Kurt is allowed for this one.
Wait.
What?
I didn't say mine.
Oh, I thought yours would be the same. Is it not? Do we have a dark horse here?
The King of the Ring. The Return of the King of the Ring.
Oh.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a
They
good
really
contender.
flubbed that shit.
Like,
huh?
like cool tournament. Like
I
building up
love
Neville's
the
great.
idea of tournaments in general.
I
I'm a
do
huge
too.
fan. Yeah.
Have them more.
Yeah.
Give them trophies. Offer them prize money. Like even that's enough. It doesn't always have to be for a championship. But what they did with the King of the Ring this year is so sad for one of my favorite events in wrestling.
Well, they made a mistake of
That-
putting it on the wrong guy,
Yeah.
I think. This is part of the problem there.
Or put it on anyone if your idea was let's have R-Truth with a plunger beat him up next month.
Yeah. Jeez, that was a whole mess. Why don't they just give that to Neville?
Yeah, they should
That's
have.
too many
Yeah.
nicknames.
King, yeah, King, the new sensation.
The new sensation.
King Sensation, Neville. Yeah, that's a good answer actually. It doesn't change my mind, but it's a good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Best angle of the year. Like I said, Kurt is acceptable for this. Since you got to go last, why don't you go first on this one, John?
Best angles. I don't know if this counts. Seth Rollins putting himself into the main event of WrestleMania to win the championship.
Sure,
That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good. Like
pretty good.
changing the rules of the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then not having to explain it.
Yeah, they
It's
just
pretty all right.
I like that. That's
And
not
also he was just one of the best parts of WWE going forward until he was injured.
bad. Yeah. So yeah, you want to say the Seth Rollins
The Seth
title
Rollins
reign?
title reign
Okay, title
Yep.
win and reign. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. outside of the Kane stuff.
Which had, I feel like,
Mm.
the greatest director of operations stuff had a little bit of a chance there before
Sure.
they immediately dropped it. I bought the mug and everything. What a rip. It's a good mug, though.
Andy Clare said Jon Stewart attacking John Cena.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That whole Jon Stewart turning out to secretly be a smart, good angle. That's a good angle. Not the best angle, but a very good angle. What do you say, Art?
I was definitely going to say. No, I'm still going to say the Kane doesn't know that he's the Demon Kane storyline was my favorite thing in the past year.
That was pretty good.
You know what? All right, sure.
But I
TNA
do want to
did it better.
give some props to the Mil Muertes angle on Lucha Underground. That was great. Returning from the dead to conquer Lucha Underground.
He's the man of 1,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Not bad. Phil?
For best angle, I don't know if this technically counts, but I'm counting it for my purposes, and I hope you will as well. But the U.S. title open challenge,
That is the correct answer, Phil.
just the introduction of that as a thing,
Yes.
and as a way not only to provide a long series of really
excellent, strong matches, but also just a way of revitalizing the U.S. title, a title that nobody had cared about for even longer than the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
A title that was
Since
just
the
dead.
U.S. has existed,
Yeah, it was.
no one has cared about the U.S. title.
Yeah, I just really I think that was a brilliant idea, and they did fun, interesting stuff with it consistently.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it lasted. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want it to come back," and I'm sure
I
that
do
if it
too.
did, I would be excited. But I think there's actually something to be said about it having lasted as long as it did, and like just long enough to be really cool and interesting, and then go away.
It was great matches. Yeah, absolutely. John Cena did great things for talent. Like, really, those matches were the highlight of Raw every week for me. It just was a perfect timing and just a really good way to like make that title great. It's unfortunate that the title changed hands twice in a week afterwards, after not really having any interest, and has sort of become the title has become less interesting over time. But I think it's just in comparison to how great the Open Challenge was, it was going to look bad.
Sure.
Afterwards.
Cronzy says the U.S. Open Challenge was dope. We got to see so many great springboard stunners.
I like those springboard stunners.
Well,
Messy.
they're pretty bad, but that's okay. I'll forgive Cena for the springboard stunner because of the Open Challenge, and also because
And
most
then how
of the
it
other
tied
stuff
in
he did was
to
really
the Kevin
good.
Owens stuff was also
Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Best tag team. What do you say?
New Day.
Yes, New Day.
Is that I can't imagine anyone here picking anything else.
John, you look like you have something
I
to say.
do like. Yeah, it is New Day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Enzo and Cass just for that over the top rope throw that they do.
That's good.
It's great.
It's also good.
Um,
That's a legitimate runner-up, I would say, is Enzo and Cass.
a couple people in the chat are saying Jordan and Gable,
Yeah.
aka American Alpha.
Which is, they get third place just for that name, unfortunately. But but yeah, New Day really have like made me care about the tag team division again.
Oh,
Sharkosaur.
Sharkosaur.
Yeah. Sharkosaur notes that Kid and Cesaro were doing real great stuff before that ended too soon.
Yeah, they could almost have been underutilized talent, but they did a lot of stuff with them. I like Tyson Kidd's little cat.
Shoot,
pets.
that is my answer now. Is Kid Cesaro?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. The right answer is New Day, but that's a good answer too. I don't know. I was hoping, like, I don't know, New Day, I don't know, I don't want to even say they're like a faction, but there has been a lot more faction stuff, and I almost want to say it's because of them. Like, they've done so well as a group, that they've done the League of Nations and now this social outcast thing. Like, that could almost be, let's see, they haven't really done anything with it yet, but like the amount of factions that are
Just a
forming on Raw.
faction war.
I would love something
later in
like
the year.
that. Yeah.
Well, they had like a pay-per-view that was
War
really
games.
friendly for like big matches.
Yeah, like team matches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too bad they made all those factions right after a good time for that pay-per-view. Huh. Oh, well.
Maybe next year.
Maybe. Best heel. What do you say? This was a very tough choice for me personally. It was almost Seth Rollins.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that was what it ended up being. It ended up being. It was actually almost Eva Marie. That was no. I'm not. It's not. I'm 100% serious.
No, yeah, I get it.
I'm 100% serious.
She
It
drew
was-
heat every time.
Oh, like amazing heat.
Kevin Owens is a really good choice, and is not my choice. I want to clarify just for the simple reason that I have him for a different award
Sure.
later. So my choice for best heel is actually Stardust, who not the heel who's the most scary, not the heel who has gotten the most wins by any means. For my money, the most entertaining heel right below the New Day, who again, I'm not counting because they're a tag team,
Yeah.
but or a group, I guess. But Stardust was like just incredibly entertaining every time he's on screen, puts on great matches, and I wish that they would do more with him that didn't involve the Ascension.
I mean, they could, as long as they actually did something cool with him in the Ascension, that could be fine too.
Sure.
Like Cosmic Wasteland has potential to be something cool.
The whole thing with Stephen Amell, I loved.
Yeah, that
it
was
was great.
fantastic.
And there's rumors that it's going to continue, and I would be real into that.
Absolutely.
I think I'm giving it to Rollins though,
Yeah, it's also a solid choice.
but also because like Phil, I have him coming up.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Best face. This is a tough one for me also.
Kevin Owens.
It was so close to being Dean Ambrose. It was so close to being John Cena. But I went with Bayley. I think she's the best face in the company right now.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with Tyler Breeze. Have you seen that man?
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Andy Clare says 2015 was kind of a great year for heels.
Yeah.
I sort of agree. Best face for me is I did go with Dean Ambrose.
Fair.
Okay.
Just because I think he is somebody who, again, sort of like my Stardust pick. He's not necessarily winning matches, but he just is really good as a face. He gets the right reaction with people. He knows how to get the crowd on his side, and he has a lot of fun doing it.
He's probably the most over guy on the main roster, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
The reaction he gets every single time he shows up is out of control. I mean, that's why they paired him with Roman Reigns again, was so that it could look like Roman Reigns was getting that sort of applause. It's cool. He's got a belt. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You look discontent there, Art.
I just realized I'm breaking the rule I just established for myself.
Sure. That's okay.
But it's Bayley.
Yeah!
It is Bayley.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She's great. Sami Zayn is also a fair answer to that question, I would say.
I would say that if he wasn't injured for the whole year.
He wasn't around enough.
His big babyface moment was 2014.
Yeah.
He was gone so much, that it just didn't. I love Sami Zayn, but
good potential for next year. All right, most improved, and I figure this could be like the idea is that in the future this will be compared to the previous year, but
sure.
Now we could just say for every year before this one.
Okay.
What do you say, Phil?
For most improved, John Cena.
That was cool. I almost said that. Said that.
Obviously, I'm kind of piggybacking off of my U.S. title open challenge being best storyline or best angle. But I just think Cena went so quickly from somebody who I was not really ever interested in seeing to somebody who was putting on incredible matches every single show.
The highlight of Raw, really. Like I said.
So I've been very impressed with him, and I hope that he can keep it up. I hope that he comes back soon enough, I guess.
Yeah. Come back, Cena. We miss you.
We miss you.
John?
I'm still kind of deciding.
Okay. Art?
Yeah, I also think it's John Cena, and I guess what I want to add to that is I think something that David Shoemaker said is it was interesting that this year Cena decided he wanted to be the best wrestler in ROH history. With the open challenge.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer, John, or should
I? Yeah.
You gonna go Cena?
No.
You don't have to.
No.
I'm not going Cena.
I was going with Tyson Kidd.
Fair.
He went from someone who was completely bland and like great wrestler, but I never really wanted to watch him, to one half of my favorite tag team of the year. So
this was a tough. I almost went John Cena. I almost went Roman Reigns. But the more I thought about it, the obvious answer to me, at least, is Kofi Kingston. Like 1 year ago, or even like 2 years ago, like he had no character other than dude who does flips and lands interestingly during rumbles. and he's turned into really, like, now that Cena's gone, the new highlight of Raw is the New Day and what Kofi says. Like, he's built a character finally. Like, they've let him build a character finally, and he's become more than just a novelty act.
Sure.
For the way he wrestles. Like, I care about what he says. I care about his relationship with his bros.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. For me, it's definitely Kofi Kingston is the most improved overall. I'd say.
Not enough
In
hip
all
gyration for him. That's his problem, though. He needs to get some of the
Everyone's got something
that
to work
big
on.
E.
Everyone's got something to work on next year, and that's his goal. I think it should be working out that little hip dance. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Kofi was guy who does the Kofi spot in the Rumble, and now he's become a character. So huge improvement, and I feel like
Well, and I think that's
not
a sign
him.
of Well, I think it's a sign of I think that's a sign of what can happen if WWE loosens the reins a little bit, so to speak, and just lets the superstars do what they want, because that's what New Day feels like. That's why they feel like such a success to me, is because they seem to be this example of a bunch of people who, it turns out, have really great personalities, and I feel like have just never been in a position to showcase those personalities, and when they're finally able to, it turns out it's really good.
Yeah, New Day is a perfect example of that. Of like, maybe
Not that every wrestler has a great personality like that, but
yeah. But if they got it, let them use it. You know.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we had the big award, best superstar of the year. Phil, who is the best superstar of the year?
This is male wrestler of the year, right?
No,
Now that we split this,
Did
and
we
we're doing them both now.
I thought we were not.
Yeah, we had some going back and forth, but I think the final decision was to do best male wrestler and best female wrestler, but then not call it best superstar, to make it very clear that it's best male wrestler.
Okay.
Best fake fight person.
I thought we were keeping these separate still.
Best fight person, best punch mans.
So do we want to do best female first then, or?
I don't care.
Yeah, let's just do best female first then. You had me convinced to just do best superstar, and now we backed up. I'm so confused. I need time to reevaluate.
You gotta read emails. Read your emails.
I'll read my emails while you tell me who is the best. Who is the best female wrestler?
Best female wrestler for me is Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
She is incredible.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's nothing
Yep.
nothing more that I need to say. I was just so completely sold on Sasha Banks this year.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
virtually every match she's been in is just she never lets me down.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, you're right. She's the best. And she's got the heel work down as well, perfectly well. I'm excited for when they finally let her do something on Raw.
Sure.
That is going to be great.
Yeah, I
Anyone
agree.
else have a different
It
opinion?
is Sasha.
Yeah,
It is Sasha Banks. It is the boss.
I'm going Bailey.
All right, that's a fair choice.
Yeah.
I think
That's
Bailey
right
had
there.
a better second half of the year. I think they called up Sasha, and she
Well-
got lost. Bailey kept doing good work.
That's fair. She's probably my number 2, I would say.
I mean, Sasha was still doing good work with her until like October or whenever Brooklyn was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still think, like, for as much as WWE has failed to utilize her on the main roster, I still think whenever she does have a match on the main roster, she still does great work also.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff.
Well, it's sort of the reason I thought we should split these categories, because I think there is like a dramatic difference in opportunity.
Well, that's true. If nothing
And
else.
that's, I guess, why I'm still giving it to Bailey, is because she's had more opportunity.
Sure.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's like the weird, awful disadvantage that main roster has right now.
Yeah, it's gotten better. It definitely has, but it's not the same for men as it is for women. It's unfortunate that it is that way, but it is getting better.
I hear there's a Divas Revolution happening.
Andy Clare points out an argument there's an argument to be made for WWE women's wrestler could be Nikki. She was almost a most improved for me. Actually.
That's very true.
She was close.
Oh
to being
yeah,
the
yeah.
most
Nikki
improved.
was very much a close second for me, which I would not have expected.
So, best male wrestling superstar. Wrestler or superstar? Are we going wrestler? All right.
I would just say.
What do you
just
say?
Kevin Owens.
Whoa.
I think he had the best. I think he had the best year. I think if you look at where he was at the start, and you look at where he is now, or 2 weeks ago, at the cutoff point for this, 3 weeks ago.
He beat John Cena in his first match.
Yep.
Yeah, he went from being from NXT champion to legitimate. You know, he's a top 3 or 4 heel in the company right now. That's a
Well, he's behind all
of
of the League of Nations, so.
Oh, I don't
Even
think
the
that's-
injured one.
Even the injured one. Unfortunate.
I heard my favorite rumor of recent note that I've heard, which thank God it ended up not being this way, but there was a rumor going around that Owens was going to be part of the League of Nations, but the Raw in which they were formed, he was like out with like the flu.
Yeah, he was sick. I do remember that. Yeah, he had the flu and couldn't.
I don't know if there's any truth to this, but just a rumor I heard, and it was like,
That's
thank
funny.
God, thank
Maybe
God.
he's the fifth
God.
social outcast.
Ooh,
We can only
super
hope.
intru- How is that not Damien Sandow though? Really, he's
Yep.
not even cool enough to be in the social outcasts.
So Owens actually for me, there's a category we skipped. I think
Is there?
Raw Rookie of the Year was
Oh, yeah.
that you had.
I thought you said
thought
not
we
to do
axed
that.
that one.
We axed that one.
We did ask that one.
It's Kevin Owens, so
I don't remember this stuff. That was Kevin Owens for me.
That
as
was
well.
Kevin Owens was gonna be my answer.
I can't keep track of my own suggestions apparently.
Do you need to reevaluate?
it's in the emails, Phil.
I know.
I know
need
someone needs to read their
to
email.
read these. My best superstar though was Seth Rollins.
Fair.
Obviously, super shitty that he is out right now,
Mhm.
and shitty that he got injured. But I think he had a really incredible year. I think he was put in an unenviable position of basically having to carry the company as the WWE champion at a time when they were really floundering and did not have a lot of direction.
Yeah.
And I think he did a really great job of doing that. Of consistently turning in really good matches with whoever he was put in the ring with. And I, my sincerest hope for this year is that he returns and is able to just pick up that momentum right from where he left off.
Hopefully. I think it could happen. I think he's gonna be a great face when he comes back.
That would be awesome.
He's gonna be awesome. John,
It is Seth Rollins
good
Nice.
choice.
going there as well.
Good choice.
Yeah, he put on probably the most like great matches compared to his peers.
Mhm.
And like I said earlier, that moment at WrestleMania, I marked out so hard for.
Yeah, it was
like,
amazing.
And then followed up on it, even going through like crappy storylines, but him still being a chicken shit heel champion.
I think the thing that's amazing about Seth is that, or about like part of the reason why I think I respect him so much is that even as they put him constantly in these matches where he was going to lose, he still came out looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely. All right, so you guys want to know the real answer?
Yeah.
The best superstar, male wrestling superstar of the year. So I'm going to play music here and you guys aren't going to hear it. But his name is John Cena. The best superstar, best on the mic, best at blowing up Raw, keeping people interested, best at making feuds happen instantly. He did more in his feud with Alberto Del Rio in 3 minutes than anyone else on the roster could do over 3 pay-per-views. The man is the champ for a reason. He'll be back. He'll win all the titles, and he'll deserve every single one of them. Thank you very much.
Are you playing John Cena's music right now?
I turned it off already, but yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I played John Cena.
No,
music.
that's a really good choice, especially with the U.S. Open title run.
Fuck yes.
Yep.
I just thought
the
by
music
giving him
right
most
now.
improved, I was covering my bases.
Well, I mean, he improved to be number one. He improved from almost number one to number one.
Shut up. You would have put him at number 1 last year,
I
too.
know I would have. It's so terrible. Every year he's gonna win. That's a spoiler for every suplexy for the next decade. John Cena, number one. Yeah, I guess I was yelling at the top of my lungs. It's still being drowned out. So I'm gonna have to
Yep.
re-record that whole section.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. That's my post-production job. Yeah, so that's the suplexies.
Hey,
That was cool.
Yeah, so we're going to do these every month now?
Every
Next
month.
month we'll
Every
do the
month.
January Plexies.
That's right.
it's like the besties, but for wrestling.
That's right. Do we have any? I guess the non-WWE news is that
We had some questions, right?
We did
Yeah,
have-
yeah, we did.
We had questions. Non-WWE news is that Lucha Underground starts on Wednesday, and you should probably watch that. According to Art, it's great.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's all we really need to know.
I'm going back for one more taping too.
Yeah.
Which
How hard
I
is it to
think
get
is
into
one of the
those?
Ultima Lucha
Whoa.
tapings.
Nice.
I don't know. Justin does most of the getting tickets work for me, and it involves an awful lot of waiting around and some real crapshoots on seats, but they're free,
Oh, okay.
and there's a pretty decent taco truck they have set up outside,
Score.
Oh, well, nice. That sounds good overall then.
and they've got quality merchandise.
Oh, okay. Let's see this. Oh, is that's what you were wearing before? Yeah.
Like this fine hoodie.
Hey, that's nice looking. Are you going to wear that to WrestleMania?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good call.
They had a really good bandana last time. I really regret not buying, and if they still have it on the 31st, will buy.
Excellent.
It says "This is awesome" on it. I don't wear bandanas. I'll start.
Do we want
It's
to talk
about
about the
time
Hall
to
of Fame?
start.
Do you want to talk about the Hall of Fame at all?
Yeah, sure.
So Sting got announced for the Hall of Fame, and today the rest of the Hall of Fame list leaked. In the Inquisitor of all places, it seems. So our listing, I mean, I guess this could still potentially change, of course, but the listing right now is Sting, who's been announced, JBL, The Godfather, Jacqueline, Regis Philbin, and the Fabulous Freebirds. All excellent choices, actually, I think.
Well, these are rumors, right? These are officially rumors.
These are officially rumors. But if they are true, I'm okay with that. The only person I would add would be Vader to that list.
And let me say, as someone who got a WrestleMania travel package, if you're going to be in Dallas that weekend and want to buy some Hall of Fame tickets, hit me up, because I'm not going to see any of these people.
People hating on The Godfather in the chat. Papa Shango is cool. Colin Mustafa is cool. The Godfather is cool.
Papa Shango is not cool. Don't.
He made like crazy like green stuff. Do you guys remember this? Or am I the only one?
I remember.
Yeah, I remember it.
I remember.
Whatever. JBL, good call. Jacqueline, good call. Regis Philbin, funny, but actually was involved with wrestling at one point, so I guess that's fine.
I mean, they always have their one like celebrity person
Yeah.
inducted to the celebrity wing
Better
or
than
whatever.
Drew Carey.
Is Triple H going to come out in a Regis Philbin themed thing at WrestleMania?
We can only hope.
Like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
Who
Fabulous
wants to
Freebirds,
be a Hall of Famer?
a good historical choice? Perhaps not the best year to do it, but whatever. It's fine. There's a reason the Freebirds rule exists, and it's because of these guys, and they probably should have been in a while ago.
Andy Clare says Lemmy should have been inducted, and I kind of agree. That's
I
actually,
agree.
you know what? That's
Yeah.
I'm expecting Triple H's intro at
yeah.
WrestleMania to be a Lemmy tribute, if nothing else.
True Yvonne says, what do I have to do to get William Regal in the Hall of Fame? I'm honestly shocked he's not there yet, but I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll be inducted at some point.
Maybe when WrestleMania is in England.
Maybe.
Is WrestleMania ever going to be in England?
Do they have a new stadium?
They could do it in Wembley.
Yeah.
What would it have to be? What time is that? There.
That would be awful.
Oh,
It would be like
Oh.
2 in the morning or something. Maybe they
Yeah.
can't start WrestleMania at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. But Vader should be in the Hall of Fame. William Regal should probably also be in the Hall of Fame. But Vader should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. But whatever. Who knows if any of this stuff is real.
The Rock was the person they needed to put in.
I don't
to
wanna-
go to the Hall of Fame ceremony.
When they
I don't
put
want
in,
to mess you up, Dylan, but none of this is real. It's
when
wrestling.
when they put The Rock in, is he going to be the like celebrity person, or is he just going to go in as like a wrestler person, or like are they just not going to have a celebrity?
that's
that
how he
year?
gets his second ring.
Is he going to go in twice like Ric Flair?
He's going to go in 3 times. He's going to go in as The Rock, the celebrity Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and as a member of that Hall of Fame stable, the corporation.
I was going.
What about the Hall of Fame stable, the Nation of Domination?
Oh, well, yeah. Then perfect. That'll be great for Godfather to get his second ring also.
And Ron Simmons.
Yeah, it could happen.
And D'Lo? Was D'Lo in there?
Yes, D'Lo, Mark Henry, Kama Mustafa, The Rock, Farouk, Owen Hart.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
We got email, guys. We got an email from Gilbert. He says, "This is a 2-part question email, just what you guys wanted." Happy 2016. With Bullet Club and Nakamura coming to WWE, how do you see them being used from now until WrestleMania? On NXT, on the main roster, or not at all? I think AJ Styles is going to be at the Rumble. I think Gallows and Anderson are going to be at NXT.
Yeah.
The rumors are that AJ Styles is going to move directly to the main roster, which makes sense.
Hold on. I just wanted to compliment Art in the chat there. That was a good enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah,
That's what I always think of whenever I hear Owen Hart's name in my mind. I like hear him yelling that in the back of my head. Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean sorry, Phil.
It's all right. The rumors are that AJ Styles of this new group, AJ Styles is going to be the one to move up to the main roster, and that
He'll instantly debut there, I imagine.
the rest of that group, including Shinsuke Nakamura, are going to be NXT.
Yeah.
Just rumors, but that is what people seem to be speculating on right now.
The better question is, what's going to happen to the Styles Clash? Is that going to exist?
yeah,
Andy Clare
that's
says-
not an unsafe move.
Well,
Andy Clare says word is Nakamura will work at the Performance Center to get the style down, but no word on if he'll be at NXT. I guess that's true. That is what I've heard as well.
He's supposed to report there after February 1st.
I don't think we'll see him until after WrestleMania. Most likely. Nakamura.
He seems
Yeah.
like a SummerSlam kind of guy.
I don't think we'll see him anywhere, NXT or WWE, until after WrestleMania.
How embarrassingly Japanese do you think they'll make him?
As long as they don't give him the Kai and Tai theme, we'll be okay, I think.
Is that what Yoshitatsu had?
That's what Taka had that theme for a while. That was when they were doing the terrible, like they would dub Taka's lines for him.
Yeah, that was awful. I can't
Yeah.
believe they did that.
That was one of the most fucked up things WWE has ever done.
Shinsuke Takamura.
Anyway, second question. God. Just for kicks, let's have you guys come up with a 4-card match for WrestleMania using the current roster as so.
Oh,
Opening match, mid-match, Undertaker versus Who, and a main event. Also, Sasha versus Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn is the real answer for match of the year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Vindication. Let's see. Opening match should be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Rumble Royal Battle Royal Rumble.
What are you saying?
That was pre-show last year.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be. It should be the opening match. The mid match to carry the momentum should be Daniel Bryan versus Nakamura. The Undertaker.
couldn't keep a straight face during that one, could you?
The Undertaker. The Undertaker should fight Kane in a casket match where they both fall in the caskets and then they light on fire and we never see either one of them ever again.
Sure.
And the main event should be Triple H versus Roman Reigns, because why not? Gotta make Vince happy a little bit.
Where's Brock in that?
It's only a 4-card match.
Okay.
He wins he did so well at the Royal Rumble. They're like, well, let's just put him in another Battle Royal, and then he eliminates everyone by himself.
Sure.
And then goes on to do another match later in the night. Beat that card.
Opening match, I'm gonna go Owens Brock.
Okay.
Mid match to carry the momentum would be shoot, this is
You
tough.
can't beat mine, so go ahead. Just go ahead.
No. We'll go with Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte,
Okay.
and then Taker versus John Cena.
Okay.
You actually won't be there. Sorry. Shoot, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, he
Supposedly
did
that was
Daniel
the-
Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura. You could do anything.
Yeah.
You could clearly
That's
just put
true.
anyone in there.
It says using the current roster.
Ah.
Put
So
Hulk Hogan in there if you need to. That's where we're at.
he is not he's not invited. Undertaker versus Kane. And then main
I
event
figured
would
you'd
be
go Finn Balor there, to be honest. I almost went Finn Balor, but
Did I say Kevin Owens yet? We're doing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as the main event.
wow, Kevin
Yeah.
Owens in 2 matches.
Yeah,
in
you
your
did book-
WrestleMania
you
card.
did do
I
Kevin
asked
Owens,
if I
Brock
said
Lesnar.
him. No
You
one
did.
said anything.
You did. Hughes versus Brock in the opening match.
That's fine.
Okay. I like that. I like your idea. Phil,
He can do it.
I'm not even going to speculate, and here's why.
what a
I feel like
sport.
in general, you never really get a good sense for what they're planning for WrestleMania until starting with Rumble, and particularly like after Rumble. But also in particular, WWE has been extra aimless lately, like even more so than usual. So I just don't have. I mean, there's a lot of rumors floating around, and I could say what I think, like just based off rumors, but like I feel like there's just so they could go in literally any direction because they've had no direction.
It's fantasy booking. What do you want to see?
What do I want to see?
Yeah, that's what I did. I did what I want to see.
I mean, like if we're just going like pie in the sky, what's my fantasy? Let's get it: Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan in the main event for the title.
Okay. Wow.
I agree with you that we do the battle royal as the opening match. Undertaker, fuck man,
Versus
who?
That's going to be the tough. That's going to be the
Well,
weirdest thing.
I
this
guess
year.
like Wyatt versus Undertaker too, but actually have Wyatt win this time.
Sure.
I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
And what other? There's just like a
Mid-match
middle
to
of the
carry
card
a
match.
momentum carrying match.
Oh boy.
A Cena Rusev, if you will.
Sure. Let's do Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Sure.
Actually, no. True Ravon mentions. He says Rock versus Undertaker. We want a real good middle match.
Yeah.
Rock versus Triple H. I would be.
Yeah.
I would be so much more excited to have a Rock versus Triple H match than I would a Triple H versus Reigns match. I would be all for. And they've like hinted and teased at having Rock and Triple H do one last WrestleMania match. I would be all for that.
Yeah. That'd be Art, you look like you're dying to say something here.
Well, Andy stole my main event in the
Yeah,
chat.
that's no. Andy's got a good point.
I
So I've thrown it out.
All right.
Sasha Bailey isn't on my WrestleMania anymore. Throwing it out.
Wow, it's in the trash. Was
But
that
here
what-
I'm still gonna win this.
Thanks,
I
Vince.
still have the best
Okay.
4-match card for WrestleMania.
Okay.
Opening match. It's an intercontinental match. It's a fatal 4-way. Kevin Owens, Sheamus, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. We're starting off hot. We're getting some star
Things
power
really
in that opening
changed.
match.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The Undertaker
Okay.
is going to fight The Big Show in a career versus career match.
So we win either way.
Yeah, it's some real suspense, though. You're not going to know who's going to win. That could be anyone.
It's a fans win match.
Yeah. Our middle keep 'em interesting match, also stolen in the chat just now, but it is Rock versus Triple H with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yes.
Good choice.
And because I was deprived of Sasha versus Bailey, my main event and the end of my really my longtime dreams here is for the WWE Championship, Connor versus Victor. Hell in
Oh
a
my
Cell
God.
to finally determine who is the most ascended of them all.
For the title
Yeah.
of Most Ascended.
Yeah.
And the World Heavyweight Championship as
Oh.
like a consolation, really.
That's not even like the focus.
Wait,
Yeah.
which one is Wade Barrett going to give the Wasteland to?
Oh. Well, Wade Barrett will be on a pole inside the cell, and the first one who can get to Wade Barrett will have him whisper the secret of the Wasteland to them. And I'm not saying that's going to determine the winner. I don't want to give away anything here, but that
couldn't hurt.
might help.
It couldn't hurt to know it, you know.
So just a classic Wade Barrett on a pole match.
Yeah,
Just
inside the
your
cell,
run-of-the-mill
though.
average Wade Barrett on a pole match.
Yeah.
This podcast is over.
Nope. We still have one more question.
We do?
This is from Kyle Vito on Twitter.
Okay.
He asks, CM Punk apparently finally has an opponent in the UFC, which I don't believe is definite yet.
Well, he has two people fighting to be his opponent.
Right. Are you rooting for him?
No.
I don't really watch UFC, so
I
I'm
don't
in
know.
a weird spot for it, but not really.
No, I'm not.
I'm rooting for him on my general UFC rule of rooting for whoever I've heard of before the match starts.
It's me.
That's a good one.
Yep. It's his first fight. He doesn't even know how he's gonna do. So
Andy Clare says, "Wade, how did you get injured? You were just hanging from a pole.
That's the truth.
How did this happen? You weren't even."
I would like to see CM Punk get. The man signed an 8-fight contract. What is he, 38 years old right now? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Fuck CM Punk. Hope he gets beat up.
That's rude.
I mean, even if he wins, he's probably he could get beat up. I mean, whatever. Put him against Brock Lesnar.
Done.
yeah,
At
That's
WrestleMania.
a money match.
A shoot fight at
pretty
WrestleMania.
much,
That's the main
it's-
event.
Pretty
Brawl
much
for
everyone in
all
the chat
2.
seems to agree that CM Punk's gonna get wrecked at this.
He probably won't because the person he's going to be fighting will be 1-0. So,
To be fair, CM Punk will be 0-0.
yeah.
yeah.
Man,
But
he's
the
not
guy-
played a professional sport ever. He's old. He isn't trained like this. Whatever. The whole thing is stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You can always go back to writing comic books.
Was that any good? I never read it.
Is he
I hadn't
still
read it
doing
either,
that?
but it's probably fine.
Was there like a
I've heard
Spider-Man?
it's all right.
It was a Thor annual, and he was doing an ongoing thing. Can't remember what.
Yeah, Chad is right. They should have just let him fight the Green Power Ranger.
Yeah,
I'd have watched
that would have been good.
Then I would have
That's
rooted
not
for
the
CM
Power
Punk.
Ranger that killed a guy, right?
What?
Wait.
What?
One of the Power Rangers killed or maybe just stabbed someone. A Power Ranger has
purpose?
assaulted someone with a deadly weapon.
I mean, they killed Goldar. Is that
Was it
not a
Rita
good joke to
Repulsa?
use now?
Is that Rita Repulsa? Did that?
I saw the murder putty
Chat are
people
saying, no,
every
that's
week.
the Red Ranger from Wild Force, which is one of the later.
How do you even know that was a thing?
You have a lot to learn.
I really have.
Wild Force Red Ranger killed his roommate with a sword.
Jesus. Ugh. That's a bad scene.
That's a perfect note to end the podcast on.
You would never see a VR trooper pull that shit.
Mm. Hmm.
The promote, is it like a clothing line or something that the Green Power Ranger has is called like Jesus Never Tapped or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't, technically.
Well, that topic change didn't work as well as I expected it to.
Mm.
Phil, it's good to have you on today.
Anyways.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Sharkaso's right. What about the Beetleborgs? Let's talk
Yeah.
about who's your guys' Beetleborg of the year.
John Cena.
Blue.
John Cena! No. Okay.
It was the red one from Wild Forest.
Great.
I gotta go.
Phil,
Bye, everyone.
you want to tell people where they could find you on the internet after all this?
Yeah, I'm at twitter.com/speakoler.
Okay. You're also Roman Reigns commenter on Polygon. That's how you always.
I'm
first
not
comment on your
actually,
stories?
but I would like to know who is, so I can get them off of my website. So I can trash
Commenter of the
commenters.
year, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm twitter.com/speakoler, and you can also find me on polygon.com, where I sometimes write some things, mostly about old SMMOs.
It
Do
does
some
seem to be a thing.
videos at youtube.com/polygon. A lot of Hearthstone videos there.
Oh, Andy Clare just spoiled the identity of the Roman Reigns commenter. It's Roman Reigns.
Hope it is.
When's the next time you're going to write about wrestling?
I don't know. We'll probably do something for WrestleMania again. Maybe if Royal Rumble is interesting enough, we might end up writing something about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
John,
Hey.
thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey. You can find me on Twitter at John_Carson. I have a weekly podcast called Procedurally Generated. Check that out. New one just probably went up a couple hours ago. We recorded that before this. Not with you guys, sadly. I would love to have any of you to Minneapolis to come on.
Next WrestleMania, maybe.
Yeah. And that's really about it.
You guys want me to read you the latest rumors from Cage Side Seats?
Yes.
Sure.
Here's the rumors from today. They do a daily rumor roundup. This is where I read all my rumor bullshit.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar going to be on SmackDown apparently in the coming months to strengthen the show.
Okay.
Still want people
Good.
watching it, even though they're not doing shit on there.
Good call.
They've got the WWE Hall of Fame thing, which we talked about. Sin Cara returning to WWE television.
Oh, thank God.
And here's some TNA news for you, Dylan.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
excited about this. According to The Observer, TNA offered Carl Anderson a contract in $200,000 range, and we're
Oh, yeah, I
pushing
heard about
hard
that.
to get him alongside Doc Gallows and AJ Styles for their debut on Pop TV, the new channel that TNA is on.
Styles was Mr. TNA, so I mean, I wouldn't not be surprised they were trying to get him back. Actually,
It did not work.
no.
And TNA also, second TNA rumor, two TNA rumors in one day. Big day for TNA. Apparently going to do a big push with merchandise this year.
I will buy a shirt that says "Trouble, Trouble, Trouble" on it. Person who makes TNA merchandise. Just putting that out there.
Who listens to our show?
I mean,
What if it's one of those shirts that just plays the song?
I'll tell you what, they're not making fucking merchandise, so they might as well just be listening to our show. Not doing anything productive.
Take
If
that,
it just-
TNA merchandise guy.
Boom! And yes, I would like the shirt to play the song too, John. That'd be fantastic. Art, thanks for coming.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thanks for perhaps the greatest WrestleMania card of all time.
Yeah, if anyone from WWE is listening,
They all
I will take that job if I don't have to move to Connecticut to do it.
FYI, you guys, the Wyatt family did stand tall on the close of SmackDown tonight as well.
Bray Wyatt's got
so-
no fucking chance now. That's a
So it's not Bray Wyatt winning, apparently. Two shows in a row.
bummer. Where can people find you on the internet, Art?
They can check me out on twitter.com/atemple and on comicmix.com.
Awesome. You can check me out at Dylan Hecht on Twitter, DYLANHECHT. You can also find me in Star Wars: The Old Republic. My name is Taco Face Delicioso, and Phil and I have a Stream Friends guild there called Kylo Friends on the
Oh yeah,
Harbinger
come play
server.
with us. We're having fun.
Harbinger.
That is a very
Harbinger.
fun game that is
Harbinger.
a little too easy now.
Yeah, and we are Empire
I'm
side.
kind of okay with it being as easy as it. I don't know.
Art is there too.
I feel like I play for 20 minutes a day and I get 2 levels. It's weird.
It's like subscribers. Well, because of our subscribers in our guild and everything, we have like almost a 30% like XP bonus. Also, if you are liking what you see, you can check out Stream Friends playing video games even on YouTube at streamfriends.tv. You can, if you are watching us on YouTube, you can check us out live at twitch.tv/streamfriends. If you are interested in checking out an audio version of this podcast, you can go to suplexfriends.com or check us out on iTunes. And we will see you later, Internet, at Fastlane. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.